Well, here we go again. Let's see if we can actually get my screen to share this time. Screen share. All right, so we're trying this again. Let's see. We gotta go Chrome. All right, send to live. All right. So now we have a stream going, but now we're gonna have to do some layering here. So I'm gonna figure this out. Let's get my HD screen on top and my light stream promo there. Send to live. Okay, it looks like that didn't work. So we're gonna take my HD camera and raise it to the top. There we go. Now my light stream promo, raise that to the top. Okay, and then we are going to actually, let me see if I can make this a little bit more desirable, because right now it looks kind of whack on the screen. So we're going to stretch out. I'm going to stretch out my live writing test here just a little bit. And then so you're going to see this in a little while when I'm stretching it out, getting everything going so people can kind of see what I'm doing. Shrink that a little bit, and then I'm also, guess I'm going to shrink me. If you're watching this on anything and you want to talk to me, I guess you'll be able to figure me out. You'll be able to figure out how to get in touch with me, or you'll be able to at least hear what I'm saying. And I'm going to try not to block out any words that I'm writing. All right, so we're going to update this since it's live. Why is chat disabled for this live stream? How do I get chat enabled for this live stream? So let's see, let's say, well, we're going to do some research here since we're sitting here. All right, I'm going to go, first I'm going to try typing here, hi. That'll come up there, but it won't come up there. So at least I'll be able to see it there. Why is chat disabled? Why is chat disabled? Take the screen down. Send to live. Student research. Well, right now what we're doing is we're looking for our troubleshooting here. So we're gonna visit Lightstream. Sorry, you gotta go light stream. All right, so we're going to check out some of the, let's see, resources, support. It is 1:30, and how do I add Pixel Chat? Which chat bot should I use? Disable ad block. The ad block is already disabled. How do I add? The guests can also see the chat from the stream. Chat disabled. Well, how do I enable the chat? Oh, well, how do I chat? Though I confuse, I only one life to lose, so I choose to break all rules and act like a fool. Okay, so that's still happening. All right, so we are really messing around with things and trying to figure out how to make all of this work. I cannot get my Word document to show on the screen. So at this point, I think I'm gonna have to go with Google Docs, which, okay, it's Google Docs, so it works for the purposes of what I'm trying to do here. So what it looks like I'm gonna have to do, and I can't necessarily get the, it's kind of a patchwork. So you're getting a raw behind the scenes work here. So what I'm gonna do is maybe start doing a little bit of typing just to see how that goes. Hello everyone, and welcome to my live stream, my live writing sessions for NaNoWriMo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to do like word count and everything, because what I'm gonna end up doing, first of all, I don't like Arial, so I'm gonna change it to Times New Roman. Then I am going to make the fonts a little bigger so that if you are watching this and you want to read along, you can. We are going to see what this actually looks like on my phone too. I'm going to test everything, I guess. So let's see. Library, excuse me. Where are my subscriptions? Ooh, live writing tests. Library, excuse me. Where are my subscriptions? Ooh, live writing tests. Library, excuse me. Where are my subscriptions? Ooh, live writing tests. Library, excuse me. Where are my subscriptions? All right. Well, I have two. I have two. Um, I have two viewers, and they're both me. One is my laptop, and one is my cell phone. Um, so I'm just trying to figure this out. Unless I want to take more time to try and figure out how to get it to capture my Word document, it looks like I'm just going to kind of have to do this um, on a Google Chrome because I can get it to share my I can get the software to share my Chrome tabs, but I can't get it to share anything else on my screen. So I'm just going to I'm gonna do that because I do wanna get this writing going. It is 1:30 a.m. I have a meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with a young writer who's it's kind of blowing me away with the amount of writing he's doing. So that's really cool. I actually work with quite a couple writers who are just really, really kicking it into high gear and sending me stuff to read and to work with them on. So um, it's good. So meeting with him at 10. I have to get up with my kids at 9. No, sorry. I have to leave for the meeting like at about 9:30. I have to get up with my kids at about 6:30 to help them get ready for school. So that gives me about 5 hours to sleep if I go to bed right now. However, I have not finished reading everything I need to read for the young writer that I'm meeting, and it would be a huge disservice to him, if I don't have some really quality feedback for him tomorrow. So I am gonna spend about another hour doing a little bit of reading before I go to bed. Whew! It has been a long day. So this is again the second random video, and yeah, maybe these will stay up, maybe these will get deleted. I don't know. We'll see. Mm, we will see. But if you see them, give a thumbs up, give a like. Yeah, this is just been a lot of people like to do New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions, I think they're cool, even if you only last for a couple of days. You should always take a shot, try it. Over the last couple of months, I've just taken. I know it's November, but I had kind of developed a resolution, and I'm just going to just try to create more and get more stuff out there as far as video content. And I believe that that'll help me as I continue to create um, written content and content with the Creative Extreme again, represent. Um, and I'm just and then also just with a lot of the projects I'm working on. So we'll see. Um, so take care of a little logistical stuff here. I'm gonna open a bill. I'm gonna show you what the bill is for. Some water bill. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, my office is both my personal business office and my business office. So yeah, I guess that's most home offices are like that. So I'm not telling you anything that you ever see before. So oh boy. So yes, I'm yawning. So I need to start doing a little bit more reading before I totally fall asleep. I have really, really bad sleeping hours habits. So I guess before I go, if you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, I think I mentioned it already. But yeah, it's National Novel Writing Month. And I may be writing a novel, or I actually might write this in play format, which I think I explained. But I didn't explain the 2 stories that I'm going to be working on, that I'm choosing from. I can only do one, but I think I keep typing, and you'll see this a lot when I'm writing. So, so I have 2 stories that I am considering writing for NaNoWriMo, which begins now, I guess. Because it is November 1st, officially it's 1:30 a.m. here on the East Coast, so it is NaNoWriMo. Which begins now, I guess. We got hand-me-down heroes, and we have the rise, fall, rebirth, and future demise of Super Earth 1, aka the Captain Infinity Saga. I want that to happen. Can we not do that? Can we no, not clear formatting. Just I don't want my one unjustified like that. No. All right. No, we want everything in Times New Roman. So we're gonna keep formatting. 2, the rise, fall, rebirth, and now these are 2 very different stories. But if you know me, then you know I've been talking for 19 minutes. If you know me, then you know that I do that I like doing superhero stories. That's what the Creative Extreme is all about. A lot of superhero stuff, all kinds of stories. But our bread and butter is definitely superhero stuff. So these 2 stories are superhero stuff. Captain Infinity does take place in the Project 365 universe, though it was created long before the Project 365 Creative Extreme universe. Actually, for my church, and we created plays, and I'm probably going to talk about this on another video anyway. So I should probably get to bed, but we created these little videos for our summer camp, summer blast that we do every year. And we did it 3 years in a row. And Captain Infinity was a character that's created. It was character was drawn by the original concept was drawn by a guy I knew at the church. And then we took that design and we gave it to a professional artist, and he created an image for him. So I don't even know if I could share those images on here because I don't know how to get this to share anything other than my tabs, but maybe I can bring up some tabs. Anyway, yeah. But then I took Captain Infinity and I imported him into a larger story, the Project 365 Creative Extreme story. Go to www.thecreativeextreme.com. I'm not going to mess with trying to get it up on the stream right now because I need to go to bed. I need to do some reading. I need to go to bed, but I'm also a rambler, so this is me. And then I imported into a new story, created Captain Infinity Saga, and then I came with this idea: the rise, fall, rebirth, and future demise of Super Earth One. Super Earth One is a planet that is filled with only people with superpowers. The problem is they got those superpowers by destroying all people without superpowers. There was a hyperhuman war. Hypers, people with powers; humans, people without powers, of course. They battled, and the people with powers, they definitely won. Wasn't even close. So, you know what? I'm gonna try something a little crazy here. I'm spider webbing. Let me go back. So that was the rise. that was actually the fall of Super Earth One. The rise came when the humans first got to this planet through some interesting means. And then they built Super Earth One. A group of humans built Super Earth One. The fall was the hyperhuman war. The rebirth is what happens in the wake of the hyperhuman war, and then the future demise is a prophecy that prophesizes that this planet will be destroyed. So, and yeah, there's no really spoilers because it lays out the story for you right there in the title. And sometimes I don't know whether to call it Captain Infinity and then have the subtitle The Rise, Fall, Rebirth, and Future Demise of Super Earth One, or to call it The Rise, Fall, Rebirth, and Future Demise of Super Earth One, then have Captain Infinity as the subtitle. Anyway, so let me back up to the other story, number one, that you see on the screen, the Hand-Me-Down Heroes. That's a story that I'm really interested in because it kind of tackles a real fun hot button topic over the last couple of years, which is the idea of some of the traditional heroes that we know that have been around for 50, 60, 70 years being rebranded and repurposed as different kinds of people. To be blunt, heroes that were created when they were only creating white heroes. They are now white male heroes like Superman, Spider-Man, Captain America, etc. Now, both Marvel and DC and other and even movies and different creative properties are recreating these heroes. They're having people take on the mantles of Captain America and Spider-Man and different characters, but they are no longer white males. They are women or people of color. And which is, just to back up a little bit, and I'm going to be talking about all this when I begin to write the story anyway. So I'm gonna, but there's been, different people have played these characters whose superhero names we know all throughout the history of the comics. Several people played, Bruce Wayne, of course, is the most well-known Batman, but a couple of other people have worn the what's it, the cowl, the bat suit over the years. Not many, not as many as, say, someone like Thor. Thor has had several people have picked up the mantle of Thor over the years, but it got a little publicity. It got a lot of publicity this past in the past couple of years because Thor became a female, Jane Foster. Captain America, Sam Wilson is now Captain America, and he's black. I think he's still currently black, Captain America. But either way,
People have a lot to say, or even when you think of things like Ghostbusters, so that's a little bit more popular. Ghostbusters made 2 Ghostbusters movies back in the 80s and early 90s. I'd have to double check to see exactly when those were. But they they re-released it, rebranded it as For Women, and people had a lot of things to say about it. So people had a lot of opinions about it. I'm not going to get into exactly what my personal opinion about it. So this brings you all the way back to hand-me-down heroes. The idea of hand-me-down heroes are a new set of heroes who share the same names as old heroes. In this world, there was this team of white male heroes who were amazing. Everyone loved them. They were heroic. They were good. They were brave. They defeated bad guys. They saved the world. They fought for everyone. They weren't. That's not to say that they only fought for white people, but it was kind of like they were created in a world where white men were the standard for hero. Well, a few years after their run, several years after their run, their popular run comes to an end. These same heroes come back again, but this time they're no longer white males. They're women. They're people of color, immigrants. There was 5 of them. So the 5 new heroes are now they have the same name, just in the same way, where Thor was Thor Odin's son, and then came back as Thor Jane Foster. Still Thor, still same power set, some slightly different some different backgrounds with the origins of the character, but they still have the power of Thor, or how Miles Morales became Spider-Man, or how Riri Williams, I have trouble saying hard sometimes, Riri Williams became Iron Man, so it's no longer Tony Stark, at least in certain content movies. These heroes are the same thing. You have people of color become these heroes, and people of color, women become these heroes, and basically the story really follows how people react to them becoming these heroes, and how these new heroes themselves deal with being what some of them consider to be hand-me-down heroes. The idea is like, why do I have to be a hero whose name is already out there? How come I just can't be my own new original hero? So anyway, so that's the gist of it. It doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the detail, of course, but that's kind of like the elevator pitch. We are going on 28 minutes on this impromptu stream. But I'm going to pick from one of these 2 stories, Hand-Me-Down Heroes, or The Rise, Fall, Rebirth, and Future Demise of Super Earth 1. And you're going to watch me write them. You're going to watch me write them throughout NaNoWriMo, most likely in novel form, but maybe in screenplay or some other form. I have done no prep for this other than just knowing the stories in my head. There's no outlines done. There are no treatments. I have a lot of information about them, and I have written profiles about a lot of the characters in the Captain Infinity saga, so I know the characters well, and I know the general gist of the saga well. But honestly, this is going to be shooting from the hip. I'm going to do a bunch of things that I don't suggest you do, as far as if you're going to write a big story, don't jump in without a definitive plan, but maybe we'll form the plan as we go along. And the idea is that I want to help you. I want to help you form your plan, or I want to be able to walk through forming my plan and building this out, and kind of writing this and rewriting this and erasing and everything like that as you guys watch. So I have to go. I'm just going to cut it short right here. So if you find this video and you watch all the way to this end, leave me a comment. Let me know you watched it. I don't know. This is all new experiments for me. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm just going to dive in. I'm just going to do it. So just jump in, just like that's a straight legendary model. Anyway, so on behalf of Straight Legendary, on behalf of the Creative Extreme, on behalf of StephanThomas.com, on behalf of the Christopher Isaac Society, and on behalf of all the crazy, wonderful, incredible, creative people out there doing your thing. Signing off. Join me for NaNoWriMo. We're going to write every day in November, and we're going to stream it. All right, guys. End stream.